unfortunate way to find them, but it's part of life, part of the cycle, you know.
Hopefully, this will be the last one that we find like this today.
And he is a hammer. He's gonna be a giant next year, but
Supposed to find them off the head.
That's the one. Me and Josh encountered him down in the bottom.
hate to see a story end this way. Not the way you want to find them. Obviously, we want to find the antlers off their head and not like this.
Great encounters ended up breaking our hearts. Moving along here with deer season 23, if you watch our shows closely or if you watch our semi-live stuff, you know that we like to have as much food in as many different places as we possibly can. Each spring, we do a lot of turkey hunting, but when we get dry spells, we try to get those seeds in the ground. And if you look at historically the rain patterns over the last few years, we wanted to get the seeds in as early as possible this year because we've just been in a long drought, if you will. 22 was miserable. The winter of 22 going into 23 was quite dry. And here we are this spring experiencing the driest April we've seen since like the late 1800s. So we knew with rain coming, it was time to get the seeds in the ground. This year we're planting the nutrient variety. We worked very close with their agronomists to try and find some varieties that had a low, and I'm speaking in terms of beans, had a low acid amount and a high fat amount. It's a plant that's going to, when it matures, be very tawny and brown. It's also a plant that's gonna germinate quickly and get height quickly. Those are some of the traits that we wanted within these beans so that we could offset the drought, offset the deer pressure, and hopefully end up with great results come winter. Same with the corn. We didn't want a variety that was not palatable to the deer. We also went with a variety where the ear is a little bit higher off the ground. So we went through some traits there to try and tweak it for these food plot sizes, 3 acres, 4 acres, 5 acres. It's one thing if you've got 20 acres of corn or 50, it can withstand some pressure. When they're small plots tucked next to cover, a lot of times they can't withstand pressure. We went through with the agronomists at Nutrient to try and find some with the traits that we wanted on our farms.
Well, the time's finally here. We're starting to prep for deer season. Corn's going in the ground. It's late April, and I took the morning off of turkey hunting to see if we can get this corn in the ground. We got rain coming here in the near future, and the time has come. Like I said, we partnered up with our friends at Nutrient. We're anxious to try all this new product, so we're gonna go stick it in the ground. Carson, myself, and Perry are going to be rolling the next couple of days here, trying to get as much seed in the ground as possible.
Well, deer season 23 is here. We are putting boots on the ground and tractors in the field, so stick with us. Let's go.
So seeds going in the ground, we're praying for rain. We're praying that our rain stations light up on deer casts. Turkeys are hitting the dirt. We always love springtime of year. Back up a little bit and we're gonna go back into our Heartbreaker series. In the last installment, you saw 3 different giants for Perry, Wade, myself. Great encounters, ended up breaking our hearts. Sad end of the story. Well, the sadness doesn't end there. We've got a couple more to share with you this particular installment. We're going to go back to our shed hunt, covering ground the best way we know how, covering areas that we've found sheds in before. And I think you look at any given winter, and if you have a winter with a lot of snow, especially January through late February, you're going to find those deer yarded up on south-facing hillsides. When you have a winter like we just had, the horns are just scattered everywhere. There's no place that concentrates where the deer were bedding during the winter. And that's what we were up against, and that's how we were spread out trying to find these antlers, and unfortunately, a few deadheads along the way.
Here it is, late March, and we decided we finally got a break in the weather. It's been rainy, nasty the last couple weeks, but we got a perfect day for shed. We got clouds.
Beautiful day.
And it's what, high 40s probably. So
yep.
We got the newest member of DOD with us, Bryce, Carson, we got Darren, and Perry and I. We're gonna do a little walking, do a little riding, and I don't know, what do you think? Think we ought to do the riding and let them do the walking?
For sure. I also think I'll find a bigger shed than Wade. a prize.
About ran over that one.
Darren. Heck yeah.
Those stuck out pretty good.
Yeah. Hopefully they all look like that.
Yeah, beautiful.
Standing in bean fields kind of hard sometimes to see them.
Roll on.
Well, Bryce and I were just walking down the creek bank here, and I thought we spotted a shed, but it turns out it's a dead buck, and he looks like one that we know. And Wade and the guys are up there on the hill.
Never good when we get that call. Seeing them down there standing around something, and indeed, yeah, I can see it from here. Yeah, it does look big from here.
He was a good one, but the guys are rolling up right now. Hopefully, this will be the last one that we find like this today. Man, that sucks.
That's a good one. Not how you're supposed to find them, bud.
No, I thought it was a shed.
Supposed to find them off the head.
Yeah, that deer's big.
Not a shed.
They got hair strung everywhere.
That's the one. Me and Josh encountered him down in the bottom that day, and he walked real close to the blind.
Yeah, I remember you talking about a big old massive pork butt. Sure.
Dang.
Yeah, we was up on the top of the hill over there. We saw you guys talking and pointing. We're like, better give him a call and see what the heck's going on.
Yeah. He had an extra right there too, didn't he?
Yeah.
I thought he did. Dang it. Man, he was 4 last year, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Dang it.
He's gonna be another superstar. We've had seems like.
How many have we found now? That's what I was just saying. 4 or
that's number
5?
4, I think, of like big up and comers.
Yeah, that are gonna not be around for next year.
Sucks.
It's unfortunate.
Unfortunate way to find them, but it's part of life, part of the cycle, you know.
Yep.
Find so many every year.
100%. You'd much rather wrap a tag on one like that than find them like that, but
Yep. It is what it is, I suppose. Well, I guess we'll carry on, but
Keep rolling.
see what else we can
no more
find.
encounters with that guy, huh?
No, I guess not. Dang it. Well, definitely not how you want to find him. Josh and I had an awesome encounter with that split 2 buck on November the 11th. He came right behind the blind. Within 10 yards of us, we got some incredible footage. He was out in the field all night, and we're going to show you guys that hunt right now. Alrighty, well, here it is, November the 11th. Today is Veterans Day. Thank you to all the veterans out there. We have awesome weather. We're in southern Iowa, beautiful bluebird day. We got a great access through the creek. We're gonna slip by this berm, slip right into this blind, and be right in position on the standing bean field. Hopefully one of our shooter bucks will come out here and we'll get a shot at him and see him. There's a big 10 coming out of the wood line, John. Big split 2 buck out in the field right now, Josh. Gosh, they're chasing like crazy. He's coming back out. Well, what an awesome hunt we were having, you know. November the 11th, that's everything you could ever dream for and more in southern Iowa. Big mature bucks, chasing does, in the food source, real close to the blind. We managed to get some awesome footage that night. But let's jump right back into our shed hunt. All right, Bryce and I, we've been marching up these hills, both sweating, and we just found a good buck. And I think this might be the one Josh and I encountered in November. We just found that dead buck with the split tooth, and I'm about 90% sure that here is the big one that came out. Oh yeah. He's been here for a little bit. His wax ring's about gone. But heck yeah, that is him. We believe he was 5 this year, and he is a hammer. He's gonna be a giant next year, but oh, that'll get the blood flowing. Love it. It's probably my biggest antler this year, but heck yeah, hopefully we can match him up. I believe his other side looks the exact same, but I think this G5 is just a little bit longer, so keep your eyes peeled, Bryce.
Will do.
See if we can find him, but
You guys got footage of that deer?
yeah.
Nice.
He was out dogging does and stuff. November the 11th, Veterans Day. That was a good day. But
Sounds like it.
heck yeah, let's see if we can match him up.
Let's do it. How about that?
Oh yeah,
Oldie. We'll take them.
take them all. Go up there and make a big loop. And then we can walk this tree row back down. I found a few up in here last year.
You know, we work really hard every year at shed hunting, and we've always enjoyed going out and picking up those sheds, but there's more motivation now than ever. Over the last several years, we've been doing a program on behalf of Catch a Dream and Whitetails Unlimited, where Terry and I donate all of our shed antlers. We sign them and we send a certificate of authenticity that it came off of our farms. And then somewhere across the country at a Whitetails Unlimited banquet, they get auctioned off. It's called Dream Sheds. And over the last few years, we've raised over $500,000 for Catch a Dream. It's just been an unbelievable program and an awesome cause, and it's motivation to get out there, walk that extra mile, and see if we can't help take a child on a hunt. If you've already been to a Whitetails Unlimited banquet and have bought one of these sheds, thank you. If you haven't and you see one coming to your area, go there, perhaps bid on a dream shed and help make a child's dream come true.
Cool base point. Future giant.
Shoot the heck.
Oh yeah. Cool though. He's been there a bit.
Yeah, it has. Probably a year or two, don't you think?
For sure.
All that green on there.
Yeah.
How about that?
Would have been cool, deer.
Would have been. It's too bad. Would have been a giant.
Definitely a good buck.
Yeah, good deer.
What you got, bud?
Well,
You're the deadhead finder of the day.
looks like another little bit does. I think it might be that one with the funky side.
Looks
Same deer you
big.
saw when you saw the other
That
one.
was the same one me and Josh seen the same night we found that other.
Yeah.
But-
Makes sense.
well.
Yeah, that sucks. How many more?
Yeah, go take a
Hopefully that's the last one.
go take a look at him.
Bryce is somewhere over there, isn't he? There he is.
Dang.
Well, shoot. It's been probably an hour and a half since we found that other one. And this is also a buck that we know pretty well. We actually seen this deer the same day that we had seen the other one that we had found earlier. Another big 4.5-year-old funky deer. This deer was actually out chasing does that same night we seen the other one. But he died here on this creek bank. I think this makes number 5 or 6 on the year for dead bucks. And hate to see it like this, but not sure if it's a hint of EHD that they got during that drought late last summer, or if it was the inconsistent winter that we had with the cold temps and hot temps, and just not sure what caused it, but hate to see good deer go like this.
The encounter with this deer was awesome. Some of the best rutting footage we probably got all year. And that shed that we found earlier, we also seen that deer that same night as this one and the other one. So all three of those bucks on November the 11th down there on the creek bottom, this same creek bottom. Hate to see a story end this way. It's not the way you want to find them. Obviously, we want to find the antlers off their head and not like this.
You know, it's really unfortunate that we're finding all these dead bucks this year. It's hard to say what they're dying from. You just hate to see them go that way. You'd much rather see someone put a tag on them. But now we're going to jump back into November the 11th. What an absolutely incredible night. It's been action-packed so far. You guys have already seen the first portion. Now you're going to get to see the second portion, and we have another awesome encounter with a great buck.
A mature buck, 4+ year old, with a messed up left side that was cruising down this ridge line. So on top of watching this field, it's November. He should be up on his feet looking. Hopefully we can lay eyes on him and go from there. So regardless, it feels great to be out here watching deer do what deer do.
There's a big 10 right there, big 10. Big buck with a messed up side. Gosh, they're chasing like crazy tonight. He's coming back out. That buck is chasing them everywhere.
You know, every year there's those certain few days, and this is one of the reasons we did DeerCast, where the weather lines up with the right phase and all of a sudden everything's on their feet. Carson and Josh were having one of those nights. DeerCast said great, and it was off the charts great. November the 11th, they're out there looking for does, and they encountered a couple different really big bucks, and unfortunately it ends up turning into a Heartbreaker series here. And I talked about it in the last installment with those 3 bucks we found dead. You know, natural mortality is just greater on mature deer. There's a lot of different reasons they die. They can get locked up, you find them dead that way. They can have one nick on their leg, get mud in it, get an infection, it turns into hoof rot. That goes into their whole body system, kills them that way. EHD is probably one of the main causes. So there's a lot of different reasons that mature bucks die. They're just that much more vulnerable than any other deer in the herd. I really believe it was EHD last year. We found several different deadheads while we were shed hunting across a variety of different properties. And I would say we probably had a 20% die-off last year, but that's one of the reasons that I have a variety of different farms in different places. And if you look at it and think about it in terms of your neck of the woods, you know, you could see die-offs from EHD anywhere from 5% annually or a little bit less up to a really drastic one, 80 or 90%, that is, you know, where it takes out a large majority of the herd. Those are rare. It's also very pockety. A lot of times EHD will hit this pocket, and that pocket, and then other areas not far away don't experience any EHD. So it can be very pockety. We've been following it and studying it for years. It's the 3 worst letters in the alphabet in terms of for a white-tailed deer hunter, but it's something that we all live with. If there's a silver lining to EHD, it is the fact that it does reduce the overall herd size, which reduces social stress, which ends up in a healthier deer herd going forward. I think that's one of the ways that if we as stewards to the resource don't keep the population at a manageable level, Mother Nature's going to do it for you. So if you take nothing else away from this, understand what type of population you're looking at and then make those choices to reduce that herd if it's needed. We certainly try to on an annual basis, and because of that, I think we've really mitigated just how deep the EHD cuts. We also put analogics out there, try to give them the help they need during the summer. We do everything we can to have the healthiest deer herd, and what you're really trying to do is just minimize the overall effects. of EHD.
We're adding new videos every week, so make sure to click that subscribe button and check out all of our amazing content. This episode of DoD TV is brought to you by DeerCast, the most advanced deer movement predictor ever.